have been here since time immemorials. White people came here in 1652. There's a date in which they came in Africa. There's no date in which Nigerians came in Africa. They've always been in Africa. So I identify with them, and that's where my passion comes from. And I'm not going to stop doing that. Even if it means that you limit my intelligence to insults or anything, I don't care. I'm black, and I identify with my black people in the African continent.
Now can I answer you?
What? I will never identify with white people.
Can I answer you? I'm black like you, Moabi. I will always be black like you, and I'm also accustomed to this.
You can't answer my passion. You can't answer my passion.
I'm
There's
not
no need for
answering
you
your
to answer
question.
me.
I'm talking.
There is absolutely no need to. Thank you.
I don't think, I want to answer anyone. Just like
No,
when
me, I want to answer Moabi.
Listen, my
Moabi
brother,
thinks
my
like
sister.
there are
Okay,
no
I'm
Africans
speaking
in
based
other
on what she
countries.
just said, because of the fact that he was talking about his passion, and no one can ever belittle the passion that he has. And when I was talking about insults, I'm talking about overall insults, derogatory terms, and stereotypes from both ends. I don't expect you to take from what I say and try and do, or do life the way I do it. And it's your passion. I love it for you, and I respect that. But I believe that we all have, the entitlement, to look at it in any different manner. There is, as an African, I don't believe any African can ever believe that the YT people can love them more than any black person. That is my understanding. And I know the reason why, especially with us South Africans, we are 100% sure of this is because of what we went through. So you can never ever convince me that there is a South African who believes that a white person can love them better than any African person. But honestly, I would rather come speaking positively, speaking words of encouragement for both parties. That is just who I am. Unfortunately, it may sound like it's willy-nilly and it's nothing for some people. But because I work with Africans from all walks of life on a daily basis, and on top of that, we work with the YT people. We go through the same thing. And we know that no one but ourselves can save us. But if we keep on fighting using swear words, cuss words, using, just being condescending and trying to figure out how many of us are, how many millionaires in each of our countries, what are we solving, guys? How can we not come up with platforms where we are talking positively? I can learn from another specialist from Nigeria, which I have actually gotten before. I can learn from somebody from, Togo. I can learn from someone from around the world. And, especially
But how are you learning? How are you learning from Moabi holding on black hate? That's what I want to know.
To me, I want to say something to Tumi. It's not a question. I just want to say no amount of platform that they will do on earth that will change the fact that South Africans own like thousands of Nigerians. So if
That's
they like,
what I agree.
Yes, they make 30 billion.
I just feel like
they make
those
60
are
billion platforms.
The social media is not South Africa, guys.
But
and at the same time, listen. Social media is not South Africa. And the fact that they are negative.
That's the way Israeli are killing Palestinians. You don't have any right to tell Palestinians social media is not the way. Because it's their own experience. They know their people are dying. For me as a Nigerian, it's my own experience.
What you are saying, if you are saying that, my sister, what I'm trying to tell you is that even invalidating the fact that there are issues in South Africa which concern undocumented foreign nationals, we shouldn't do that. The same way you are saying, do not invalidate what South Africans are saying about my brothers. So what I believe is the solution is for us who are well-minded, well-meaning, and, you know, intellectually stimulated about what's going on in the country, the reality of our country. We need to be finding
let me say this with respect, my sister.
No, hold on a second. I have something to say. No, let me say something.
I showed a video yesterday.
You know, we
I showed a video
we might start
yesterday.
having this
Please,
conversation
can I say
from an
something to my
intellectual
sister?
point of
Do
view.
you know what
And then
happened
some
2
South
years
Africans
ago?
come here with their
You
own
know what
perceptions.
happened 2
It's
years
about
ago.
four people who are speaking. I'm not too sure.
Okay, so 2 years ago, in August, what happened was in Cape Town, a lot of businesses was burned down to the ground by South African black South Africans. And it was Somalian businesses and Nigerian businesses and Bangladeshi businesses, literally burned down to the ground just because the South African people were angry. They took the anger on the wrong people.
And
Decent
Urban, you see
people,
South
working
Africans,
people.
they hate
And
people.
that, no, let me finish. And one of these businesses was my mother's business. So make it make sense. Why?
My sister, you're saying make it make sense. I am here with you, finding solutions now, because at the
Yeah.
same time, with what you're saying, there were as many South African businesses with the retaliations which were burned. So let's be factual
No, they-
about
they
everything.
were- they
no.
were-
Who burned their
Ask
business?
your brother here. Ask
Who
your
burned their
mother
business?
about it.
based on where they
So
were
let
from.
us
let's
talk
not
about.
areas.
Let's talk
And
about
Please,
how.
let's not be disingenuous because we are
Yes,
looking
let's
for peace.
exactly.
And
That's
the
what I'm
country
saying.
Let's not be
came from.
disingenuous simply because we are
I'm
looking
not
for
trying to be
peace.
disingenuous.
We know
and
that we know
that
that
is
South African
cognitive
businesses have not
dissonance.
been
If you are
attacked
going
by
to
anyone.
say
Come on.
we look
Why
at
is
just
it so hard to
one
keep
part of it,
Let's not be disingenuous now.
and let's not be
simply because we are looking
hypocritical
for
Okay,
at the
guys,
same
wait,
time.
Please, guys, don't
What
make
I'm
me
going to do
recognize.
is this. Uber, mute your mic. I'm sorry. What I'm going to do is this. Tumi and Mohabi, both of you have a discussion. Uban and Maz, both of you have a discussion. One Face and Yusuf and Justin, the three of them will have a discussion. Let's just do it like that, please. The noise is too much.
Okay, before can I
There
just
is no
say
need
one
for a
thing,
discussion.
please?
I just came here to say, if there are people like me who want to be on a channel, on a platform that works towards bringing each other together, I am willing and able to be there. That is
Sister,
it.
I really
So-
loved everything you said.
And
Like,
it is
really,
okay.
I am right there with you. Trust
Thank
me.
you,
I
thank
swear
you, my
to God.
sister.
I mean, I've even tried to message you and say I really, really appreciate and I really love your energy and the way you came about and how you approached the conversation. Okay, and what you were saying is literally what I've been trying to say, but also, and I'm sorry, this is not only in South Africa, this is also in Kenya. You know, I was in Kenya this summer. My sister married a Kenyan guy, and I was at the wedding, and I was there, and what I found out was that the Kenyan people, most of them, not everybody, I mean, there was some really lovely people that I met and some, you know, who genuinely just have a hate for other Africans. Again, Somalians and Nigerians. And I remember I even took an Uber and I was having a chat with the Uber driver and we literally just got into a lovely, lovely chat. And when I got to to my sister's house, we ended up sitting there and still having a chat. And at the end, he asked me, "Where are you from?" And I said to him, "Oh, I'm from Somalia." And he goes, "What? You don't look Somali. I thought you were Eritrean or Ethiopian." And I was like, "Oh, East Africans, everybody looks like everybody, I guess." And he said, "Yeah, no, but Somalians, we don't like them. And I was like, why? And he goes, they come across very aggressive, arrogant, not very nice people. But you're nice. You're nice.
As a father, then a woman also said on the panel said, I'm already training my children how to avoid Nigerians. And these were very, very insightful comments indeed. And I said, there must be a reason why these people feel this way. So that's why I really wanted to ask this question again. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's ignorant.
It's a terrible thing to listen to, that people actually, and we've been seeing a lot of people typing similar statement, comment on the comment section, which is.
But to be honest, I like people like that, people that speak their minds, because I know people that come to my platforms, and they tell us what you want to hear, all these things, and they go back to South African platforms, and they are very, and they show their true colors, and you think, wow, is this the same person that came to my platform yesterday, saying these things? So I like people when they are honest, even if I don't like what they're saying, I still appreciate their honesty. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, that's good, because internet keeps record.
And also we need to remember that people are also individuals. No matter how much we try and group everything, people are individuals. My only worry was the fact that why is it a regional place? Let us look at ourselves as Nigerians and South Africans and introspect and see, talk with respect to each other. Let us see what is wrong. The reason I was talking, and the first reason why I introduced myself as a Botswana girl dating a Nigerian, I was trying to show that there is nothing wrong. There's no hate. But let us introspect why these two giants, South Africa and Nigeria.
Just to another thing, let me just add something quickly. I'm going to try to be as objective as possible, even though I'm Nigerian. I think there has to be some truth to all these allegations, because it seems the majority of Nigerians, that South Africans, the ones that come up on these panels, on social media, I think the majority of the Nigerians they come up with are the Nigerians that are up to no good. And I have to understand why this is.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason why this is the.
No. But everybody has a reputation. Every country has a different reputation. You know what they say about Somali girls?
I don't think that is
because let me finish, guys.
You want to say something?
Let me finish, guys. Let me finish. No, let me just give you the reason why I say that. Because, for example, in America, we've heard all the good things that have been said about Nigerians. Nigerians are the top minority group in America. They even out-hand black Americans when it comes to the professions, the pay scales and everything. Nigerians are doing really well. The same thing in UK, the same thing in a lot of places. But why is it that it's South Africa that's attracting these bad quote unquote Nigerians? Is there something in the South African society that is attracting criminality?
But why are you singling yourself out as a Nigerian? It's not only Nigerian.
Let me tell you what
I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to be objective and think like the South Africans.
Let me tell you what I said earlier.
Is because an average South African doesn't know the difference between a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, Liberian.
No, that one is not true.
It's true.
Every African in South Africa is a Nigerian.
Moabi, can I tell you something?
South African.
I want to say something to Moabi.
Tutu, can I speak? Please, can I speak?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Now, an average and I'm saying this as a matter of fact, an average South African does not know the difference between a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, a Liberian, these West African people. So your statement, King, is misinformed. You can't want to blame Nigerians for something that they don't even know about. Because
Moabi, I'm not blaming Nigerians. I'm just trying to think like South Africans. I'm just trying to be objective,
I know you are trying to be objective, but it doesn't fly. You can use that objectivity in an environment where people know the difference between East African people. But where a crime is committed by a Liberian and everyone believes is a Nigerian, where a crime is committed by a Cameroonian, everyone believes is a Nigerian. The first thing that comes to mind is Nigeria. So I'm saying you can be objective like that in an environment where the people know the difference. But at this point in time, poor Nigerians are taking a flag for absolutely everything. everything that is even committed by other people from East Africa. So that objectivity is not going to fly quite well here. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it's perpetuating ignorance, more ignorance with South Africans. When we are trying to teach them to know who's a Nigerian, how Nigerians are, who's Liberians, how Liberians are, who South Africans are, how and how they behave. So for people to just come here and say,
I'm surprised South African people don't know the difference.
We just being
Moabi, you are definitely very correct, because South Africans have come on this platform and said, oh, there's some guys, doing powder in our neighborhood and they're Nigerians. And we asked them, how do you know they're Nigerians? They say, oh, because they sound Nigerians. Somebody even said, oh, because they play Afrobeats. Because they play Afrobeats,
Yeah.
And
Can I tell you something? Until I moved to the UK, I thought Pidgin English. Please do not judge. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Like I said, we're not fighting, right? Until I moved to the UK, I didn't know that Pidgin English can be spoken by people from Ghana. It can be spoken by people from Gambia. So to me, anybody who spoke Pidgin English was Nigerian. So I agree with you. Listen, Mesh, I agree with you. When you say that sometimes would mistake a nationality for Nigerian just because of Pidgin English. Nigeria is not the only country that speaks Pidgin.
West Africa.
West Africans in general speak Pidgin.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So they have their own form of Pidgin. How their Pidgin is different, it's only them that can differentiate it.
Exactly. Sierra Leonean Pidgin is different. Ghanaian Pidgin is different. Cameroonian Pidgin is different. Even amongst us Nigerians, the Pidgin amongst the Edo people and the way Yoruba person will speak Pidgin and an Edo person or Wari person is different,
Because I'm from Wari, so we speak raw Pidgin English.
Wari people, they are the owners. Arguably, you can say they are the owners of the Pidgin English, because the way a Wari man will speak Pidgin, me, I'm not speaking it like a baby, like a.
You are trying to make him the savior of Pan-Africanism, of which he's not. And trying to paint me as Afrophobic, like I hate Africans. No, I don't.
You are bro. I don't even have time to. You are Afrophobic.
Okay, guys, can I ask you a question?
He's already calling me Afrophobic, which I'm not.
You said something about kids who died. You said something about that. I wanted to ask you a question. Those kids who died, it was confirmed that they didn't die from the poison which was on the snakes they bought. Now you were saying kids are dying. You see that people are taking this like
you see the confusion here, my sister. The confusion here, let me explain to you. What happened in let's say Soweto.
In Soweto?
It's not necessarily what happened in East London, in Gqeberha, okay? They did not take the stock from Gqeberha and went to test it. They did not take the stock from Bloemfontein and went to test. They only tested the shops at, let me say, Soweto. Not all. I don't understand why you. Let me simplify things now. I don't understand why
we are talking about the kids who. We are talking about
the kids who died. You were talking about it that the pastors are selling food.
They are not only in Soweto. They are all over South Africa.
Must now be tested.
They are all over South Africa, the kids who died. Now, no, not only in Soweto.
Politicians,
the kids died in Gqeberha, the kids died in Bloemfontein, the kids died, I think there was a case in Western Cape. You can see that it's not an isolated case.
The government of South Africa is making tests, trying to link those to anything that they've consumed. And nowhere has it been linked to anything that they've eaten from the spaza shops. Nowhere.
And the funny thing is, when the results haven't come out.
They're out already.
No, the ones that came out are those of.
Check a video of the minister making that statement that the results are out.
Operating from a snail pace. The results are out long time ago.
They're out already. It has been confirmed.
Listen.
Even held a press conference.
Just try to listen. Listen to me. I'm just saying, those that were tested in Soweto. The snacks that were tested in Bloom here. The mayor, not the mayor, the councillor came out not so long, a few days back, and said they were still testing them.
What does the councillor have to do with that thing? Because health department.
We are talking
is the
about
one that has to test.
The councillor is the one who came to the people to
Health department.
don't focus on
test that. Health department.
The
Listen,
department
Mwadi.
came out and said that it was tested negative.
Listen, Mwadi.
There was nothing in
the locals were seeing what was happening, and then the councillor said,
he's lying to you.
Why would he lie now?
Okay,
You see, don't make up your own narrative now.
They lie all
Don't
the
make up your narrative now.
They promised you.
You see, you're starting to make up your narrative. This is why they like you now.
Ndate. They lie to you all the time.
You are I say this. You are a fake Pan-Africanist. If you think
doesn't matter what you think, I'm just saying don't lie. And
I'm not lying.
Join you in your lies. I'm abreast with my country's
It's
issues.
funny because everything is there on the internet. You can just
Okay.
search it and find it.
Google
Check
what?
the Minister of Health. He was making a statement about that it was tested
what?
negative. There was nothing found. Check that video. You will see.
There's nothing linking the spaza shops to the death of these children.
Was he
Yes, it
testing
says it doesn't.
the snacks that were found in other provinces?
Nothing
Ma'am.
links them to the spaza shops. Nothing.
Where was he testing the spaza shops
Nothing.
in other provinces, or the only ones in Soweto or the
Yes, we are
greater
talking
Gauteng?
about what we have proof of. We can't talk about other things which were not tested.
No, you
somewhere
don't
there.
have proof of, because they were only
because
talking
they-
about the Soweto
Nothing.
incidents.
The health minister confirmed it. I don't know
You
why
see,
you are.
now we are arguing facts, and I'm trying to say a simple Google search might clarify this whole thing.
Oh no, okay, right. Who should we listen to? You or the health minister?
Hold on. Firstly, African, can I ask you something, please?
Do you believe what this lady, you remember Ramaphosa said they should go and register within 21 days? And there's a lady called Victoria. Do you believe in what she was doing, stopping these guys to register their shops? Do you believe whatever she's doing was right? The Victoria lady.
No, it was illegal. It's not right. Why would I encourage that? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who comes across her must drive her over with.
No, that's nonsense. Why should he? That's nonsense. Don't talk nonsense.
Mwabi, Wayne, don't be like
Okay,
that.
guys, can I share my experience with you? I was renting a shop in South Africa. You know what happened to me? The landlord thought I was making too much money. She took over that shop. That shop now is empty. They are not even operating in that shop anymore.
It's the hate. It's the jealousy. To be honest, bless man. That is
Yeah, because
Okay, fine. It's fine.
model, man. A business
It's fine. Continue with that narrative.
The
It's
spaza
fine.
shops
If
are
you don't want to
not
understand the
succeeding.
South African, then it's fine. You can come up with your narrative.
African.
No,
You know-
clearly you are not understanding. Clearly you
Some
have.
kids, they went to
you have-
university with
You
the
came
money
here
people
with your
they pay for rent on
preconceived
those
notions
shops.
already, and you are
you just
sticking by them. It's
Can't be
fine.
dragging
that you
your
don't
township
understand
with
where,
you.
Nama.
It's all yours.
You
can
just
have
came here to
them.
defend something you don't understand. Where now?
We can't be dragging the township with you, like I said. It's all yours, Baba. You can have them.
The only people who can be doing those tutula things are all people who are not owning those shops. The landlords, they want people to rent there because they need that money. They need the rent money to take care of their kids.
Yes,
many
that's
people,
true.
many kids here in South Africa, they went to school, to university. Using that money, foreigners pay for rent. So people, they might think that only someone who doesn't have like a apartment where someone is renting
African.
or
You
a
and
shop.
I know
that
My
person can do
sister, how much do people pay? How much do foreigners pay for rent?
It's none of your business.
Shut up, Mwabi. I'm trying to make an example.
It can be
How much?
10,000, it can
why
be
do you want to
7,000, but
involve
it
in other
helps
people's
that
business?
landlord.
It's their business.
It's still
That amount can support the household and puts kids through university. You see,
Yes,
don't come
it
here
can.
with that narrative of nonsense. No, it can't.
It
No, it
can,
can't.
it
No,
can.
it cannot.
You know, like how many properties foreigners rent they pay rent for that every month. And do you think that they're not getting much money from the rent foreigners pay?
Do you know the university fees, my sister?
I know.
It's people's.
For an example, give me an example. Give me an example of.
So you mean the money people pay for rent and everything, it doesn't help in any way?
It helps, but don't say it puts kids through university, because that's a lie.
There are people with properties, my brother. We're not talking about poor people. There are people with so much properties.
I guess we are talking about local township economy here.
Yes.
Exactly. Do those people have that money?
Yes, there are people who have properties who rent out properties.
No, my sister. No.
In townships, there are people who have.
You enter.
How much is NSFAS giving you guys? Because you said 10,000 is not enough to send someone.
How much is the school fees per year? How much university tuition per year? How much?
NSFAS pays. NSFAS pays
10,000. They pay you 1,500 for groceries, and they give you 5,000 for whatever, and that's once in a year.
Oh no! Don't be silly. Let me talk. NSFAS pays 1,500 for food.
Yeah,
that's excluding transport, accommodations, and other fees such as books and stuff. You see?
You get free transport.
Free transport from where? Don't lie. Don't lie.
From food. From school.
Nah, don't lie.
From school, from campus.
Do not lie. Do not lie.
From campus to your hostel, it's free transport.
Moabi, am I lying in saying that? You are South African, you should know this. Am I lying? In saying that NSFAS pays for groceries 1,500, and that excludes the transport and other...
Let's continue to tap, guys. Tap. Guys, let's tap.
And that excludes
kindness, oneness. Bro, these people were just saying they want to sack Ramaphosa. I'm like, what reason? Like, okay, I asked you what reason. You were saying everything, but you did not tell me the main reason. I said, if this deal was signed with Ukraine, I did not see you guys protest for Ukraine the way you are protesting right now. Ukraine said they want to sign a deal to bring their own people. Is it because they are whites?
Okay, Joshua, let's go to, I think next essay also wanted to quickly react, and then Edgewood wants to react as well, and then we have Blackhawk for the submission.
Okay, thanks Mr. Yomi for the opportunity. Yeah, also to this thing Mr. Joshua said, I've been in, there's this very big lady, she's quite matured. Her name is Lebu, and I think she belongs to the MK party in South Africa. So this lady gathers over 400 to 500 views, and what do they speak about? What do they speak on that platform is Xeno. You understand? And what Mr. Joshua said is true, because now if we look at the semantics, during all these Xeno attacks that has been recorded or that occurred, when such things happen, those good South Africans who always come here and say not all of us do this, not all of us do that, when such attacks happen, how many of them do we see coming out to help or to stop? No, you will never see any of them. You would never see any of them. And this thing Ramaphosa is doing, I know it's going to be economical, because the South African embassy in Nigeria is like a graveyard. Nobody goes there. People have stopped visiting that country. So he knows they are losing. Even multi-choice and other people have stopped using those platforms. I think the only stronghold there is just MTN and Stanbic IBTC Bank. You understand? With other major distinct also. Now, the thing is, when these people strike again, do you think the SA government will be able to protect those black people who came to that country to invest? No, they won't. You will be left alone. It will be like an ambush. You understand? As a human being, if people are giving you signs, people are giving you signals about what they don't like, you understand? You have to use your brain. That's a trap. It's a very big trap. because most of these are brothers who are here to speak.
Believe that because when you talk
Yes, Mr.
about
Yomi,
these things,
because even yesterday on this platform, no verse. Imagine a Cameroonian that we are giving them electricity, water, we are giving them passports. A Cameroonian still come up yesterday. So to me, and this Cameroonian is a French. That was why. Hold on. That was why my outburst. I went not only South Africa this afternoon. I went down to French. Everybody. It's high time. Yes.
Are you the one bringing this person up? I was saving the bus for Stacy to come up. I will drop the person.
No, I'll miss Stacy.
After which the person will come up.
Mr. Wally Pisa, you're welcome, sir. You have the mic. Make new panelist talk.
Mister, don't come here and say something that like I don't know. I'm South Africans. I live this reality.
Give you 1,500.
Gentlemen, let's woosa a bit. The issue here is not NSFAS. The issue is that the people are paying rent to this as tenants to the owners of the building, and the owners of the building have liberty to use their money whichever way they want. If they've got kids that they need to send to school, they will use that rent. If they've got anything that they want, they are at liberty to use that money for whatever it is. So that money can serve different purposes. But we don't enter anywhere.
Am I the only one that's
a private contract between two people as to how much they are paying? Where do we enter? It's got nothing to do with us. But the people have decided to rent their own private properties to people to use for business.
One or the other, we are also helping South Africans
What's
as well.
wrong with that?
Yes,
There's
we are
nothing wrong
helping
with
each
that.
other. We are here, so people, they mustn't chase us away or something like that.
Hey, there's no one who's going to chase you away here. They will chase you away on TikTok.
Oh, you are only dreaming. They're actually chasing them away in real life.
Yeah, you hear someone saying Abahabi. Only that
They're
one.
chasing them in real life.
We've seen that many times. We've seen that many times when they try to intimidate people.
Unfortunately, they are chasing them away.
I can go to location to visit my mom now. There's puzzle shop in the street that is closed.
I can go to location. I'm in the location now. The people are operating their spazas now here as I speak.
Don't lie, man. Where are you from?
In other communities, people they
Where are you
protect
from?
those Somalians. They protect them because they know that they are gaining.
I'm in Bloemfontein. I'm home on holiday.
I can visit my mama in the location.
I'm home on holiday.
In the location.
I have to go to the mall to buy a loaf of bread. So don't lie. Because the spazza shops are closed.
Where?
I'm in Bloemfontein. I'm home right now.
So you can't speak for people who are you can't speak for people who are
You also can't speak for people that are in Bloemfontein.
You can't speak for people who are in Val. We are telling you that spazza shops are operating.
And I'm telling you that spazza shops here are closed.
We are 4 hours away from us here. Spazza shops are operating here. So why are you saying we are lying? You still want to
Yes, I mean Spaza shop. Yes, I speak. I mean Spaza shop.
my mama in the location.
Do you want me to leave it online? Then I go to a spaza shop. Then I talk to him so you can listen.
I mean Spaza.
When Edgewood mentioned about the circumcision, and then South African came on board and gave us the true reflection of how it is. That kind of conversation we should be having. If the element of maybe is not the truth, just come and educate us. We want to learn. Do you understand? And I like that. And everybody listen. We agree to disagree. Simple as. I want to ask one question. I was on another live. I don't know if it was True Crimes. This South African lady came up that if I married a South African and I decide to settle down in South Africa, that I have to change my son's name to our father's name because I settled in our own country. This same person, she's supposed to be a master's degree holder, but lives in America now with Native American. But she's telling me that if I had married her, if I decide not to take her to my own country, so I want South Africans to please educate me. Maybe it's a different tribes. I don't know. So I need clear.